Good morning. It's Harvey Jackson from Producer Profit. We're just going to go through some weather maps here today and a quick look at what might be going on here. Um, so you can see that there's, in the next 5 to 10 days, you can see that there is actually heat that's been accumulating in the north here, but cooling off in the south. And that is going to be a problem for growing degree days or plants that are in and just with a really slow start. When you look at the actual uh, weather where the uh, systems are, right now there's very few rain systems actually hitting. There's actually going to be a fair bit that's going to be hitting. And I brought up the crop insurance final dates, and I think they're shifted around. But what I want to point out is this area right here. If there's any continued rain in those areas along the river system there, we could end up with some prevent plant, and corn cannot have a whole lot of prevent plant with the current USDA numbers as far as having enough stocks. So you can see drought monitor. You can see that it's built into the west, and you can see drought development likely in the north. And then when you start trying to pushing here's your satellite or your NASA information, and you can see that this is wet here too. So you can see that there's a bit of a difference between east and west, even the Corn Belt. Uh, Soil anomaly index, there's some drought building in northeast of Saskatoon, and I'm going to say the whole northern region. And the reason I brought up that is because when you see in the next slide, you're going to see that where's the corn and or the canola and the wheat is grown. So this one here is soil moisture drought model. Saskatchewan's got an issue that seems to be building. So where's most of your canola grown. The same thing with the spring wheat. You can say it's the same area where the highest concentrations are grown. This is a little bit dated. We'll have to wait till the end of the week, but you can see uh, just by coloration here, you've got a huge area that's short on moisture, and then you've got some very short as well in pockets as well. Canola is down $4.30 on the front, 3.30 in the back. Rapeseed is basically unchanged. Soybean oil is holding its own, but it's actually pulled down a fair bit in the last few days prior to the weekend. Um, Crude oil actually has a story that the OPEC members met, and they are not going to add to any more production to the system in July. So crude oil is actually taking off now. Will it give any of the veg oils any help there? I don't know. Just a quick look at total producer deliveries around 16 million, and this is a little bit dated as well. It's always dated, but exports sitting at 8.3. And you would say that your crush is at 8.4 or 9.4, sorry. Commitment traders, this is what I want to show as well, is just the canola is sitting uh, at 106,000. I think that would be very close to a record long position. And again, it's dated information. It comes out on Friday, and it's the previous Tuesday to Tuesday kind of information. So it's kind of useless, but it still gives you a picture of why things happened last week, I guess. Um, Crush 9.3, 68% crush utilization. It's really slowing down. I guess they must be spending a lot of time painting and repairing this in the summer, or they just don't have any conviction of where the sales are going. Um, this one here is like this is still as far as positions. The November futures 660 going to 698. It's looking like that's going to be a little bit more difficult to get, but we'll some of my clients have already gotten out of that one just with the slowing of the pace. If you're just looking at hey, follow the prescription, you're still on there for sure. May 30th, short futures at 690. So the market has to pop to get to that, and then you can go short from there. may have a discussion with a few clients about just going short rather than the put spread play that we've got going on. Here's your canola, and you can see that this is what I'm talking about. It looks like it's getting a little bit heavy to the downside here on the July futures, and the same thing. It's starting to slow a little wee bit here on the November as well. So this is where I had talked to all my clients about doing some sort of put spread with a sold call above the market, and to capture some market move down to 620. The differential seems to be sliding down here as well from July to November, and that is just a sign of markets actually starting to price off in November, not off in July. Here is your rapeseed. It's had some pretty red days last week, and yeah, it's got a lot of pull down, but it's still supported above a trend line. And again, these trend lines are not the best, but soybean oil futures, some pretty bad week, but looks like we're just trying to hold here and holding above a moving average trend line there as well. Crude oil futures, nice long candle. Like I had mentioned, the OPEC Plus members said that they weren't going to cut. They were just going to leave production as it was. Canadian dollar, with the US dollar actually having a fair bit of problems here. Pretty green, and I don't know how much higher it'll go here, but it's actually helping wheat a fair bit with the US dollar losing strength. So here's your wheat. So upside objective was maybe the longer trend moving average, and then we get to the 630, and then 640 is another. It's going to go in increments of 10. So if we're being patient, we'd be looking for another increment of 10. But we're getting closer and closer to that price or roll date on wheat. Here's your new crop. So your upside objective here, because we just passed this one here. So we're not really making higher highs, but we're needing to make just to get to some of these previous levels. If we get above that, I would be quite happy to look for another upside objective for sure. Here's your Kansas wheat. We're bumping our head right on this downtrend. Same thing with the Chicago corn futures, bumping on the bottom end of this. And if there's a story on that drought or prevent plant, it could actually add some more production there too. So just an overall soil moisture map. And that's all I have for you today.